Yo, you now tuned into LFOD Radio. We over here with the Hoop Hop winners, Mass Apparel.
Champions.
Y'all already know.
Let's go.
I mean, the shade.
Gang, gang.
Shout out to LFOD Radio.
We in the building.
LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio. Live Free or Die Radio on 91.5.
LFOD Radio. Oh.
You are now tuned in to LFOD Radio. Live Free or Die. I am your host, Uncle Sam. Today is Tuesday, August 27th, 2019. I've got Amanda Shea here with me today.
Now I got my yo. Okay, cool. We good.
You got that? Shout out everyone tuned in live as well. We're on 91.5 FM WMFO in Medford right now. You can also get us online at LFODradio.com every Tuesday night, 9 p.m., spinning records, talking to artists, etc., etc. If you're listening on the podcast, we got over 140 episodes out now for you to catch up on. That includes the Alumni Cypher. That includes a ton of artists, including a bunch we have in here today. That includes Bakari JB talking about what Hoop Hop is.
My guy.
You can hear that on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, LFODradio.com, pretty much wherever. Today we have the champs, Mass Apparel, from Hoop Hop 2019. This was the 6th year in a row, second at the Roxbury YMCA, and I believe it's Mass Apparel's first victory. They took the chip back from Scope, so shout out to them. We'll be bringing them on in a minute. Got a few of them here, a few on the way. And then we got interviews with a ton of artists coming up, so stay tuned for those. You can reach out to us, submissions at LFODradio.com if you're an artist and you want to send us some clean records so we can check out your music, so we can play it. We're going to be playing a lot of records over the next month or so. And then, building and doing interviews, etc. If you're tuned in, let us know at LFOD Radio with an underscore on Twitter, LFOD Radio everywhere else, hashtag LFOD Radio. And we got to shout out the Alumni Cypher sponsors one more time. Rec Shop Movement, Table Manners DJs, Rap Night, The Bridge Sound and Stage, and all of y'all. And shout out to our patrons as well. If you want to learn more about how to get involved there, patreon.com/LFODlife. We're going to be giving away some tickets on there as well this week and on our social media too, so definitely check those out. We got Duce Palooza tickets for next Friday. It's fabulous. Static Selecta, Where's Nasty, Super Smash Bros. So, yeah. At the Paradise.
Word. I'm excited.
You want to go to Duce Palooza?
Wait, you said you were giving away tickets.
Yeah, but do you want to go?
Is that even a question?
I'm asking.
Yes.
I didn't know if you turned up like that.
What? Are you really?
I've never seen you drink Duce. Last time I saw you were drinking like Moscato.
Okay, first of all, it was Prosecco. Don't play yourself. Second of all, I am not a huge alcoholic consumer.
Okay.
I'm more of what you call like a social drinker. But yeah, I could turn up. Duce is bomb.
It's good.
It's actually better than Henny. Like smoother.
So when we bring Chatham on, he's a cognac connoisseur, so he'll be down to discuss.
Courvoisier, and I also like I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I'll get back to you on that because I don't want to mess up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna call myself, but it's really, really good, and it's like an old age. I actually found it when I was in South Carolina. I got introduced to it. It was really, really good.
We'll Google it off air and come back we knew all along.
Right. I'm going to just ask Google, can you translate this word for me? Explain this word for me. And then I'll say it.
Perfect.
Word.
So we're going to play some records. We're going to bring these guys on. We're going to pick up where we left off last week. If you remember, you were asking about Oompa.
Yes.
I have a single clean record.
Yes.
I do have 2020.
Yes.
Off the album.
Okay. Do you have a favorite yet? Because that was also to be continued as well.
Yes.
Which one?
So far, I haven't heard the album enough times.
Okay, I'm done.
but
We're done here. This is like the third week I've been hearing this. Not acceptable. You should have at least one.
It's the Step song. I don't want to say Step My. I'm blessed. Like the last song on the album.
Okay.
What's it called? I don't
have the track list up, but I do have my top 4. I'll tell you after you play the song.
Well, no, let me look this up now that you've put me on the spot on the air. So far, my favorite song on the album is Order My Steps.
Okay.
It's the outro. It's where she says she's blessed and she shouts out. It was really moving to see it live, and that carried over into the album for me.
It's still very hard for a favorite.
I appreciate how she speaks for a lot of people who otherwise would likely not have a voice. And I think that really shines on that song right there.
Damn, that was a really good breakdown. Maybe I should let you listen to everything and then come back and tell me again.
Yeah, no, I do have, like...
Because I saw,
that's
like,
why I don't say it, because I'm going to think about it.
Well, I'll tell you my first... I have, like... It's hard, because I like the whole album. However, there are 4 in particular, and I'll give you 2. So the first one is Cleo and Them.
Okay.
And Cookie. I really like Cookie.
Yeah?
It's like that. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, like... And Gaday's on it. Oh, just fire.
Oh.
Okay. All right, play the song.
This is 2020. Oompa, Cleo, out now. LFOD Radio.
All platforms.
So that was something new. Not the traditional LFOD radio record. That was Lee Wilson, Do You Love Me, with Eddie Play on the bass. Before that, we had Eddie Play with Keeping the Faith, The Lineage with Native Style, Ant Thomas with Nothing to Prove, Chatham the SUN with Something for You and You featuring Mr. Cheeks, and Marcus Taylor, No Me Importa. Straight out of the submissions inbox. Shout out to him for getting that to us. And shout out to him for having his Instagram handle in his signature so we could very easily tag him with no difficulty. We have Chatham the SUN, Eddie Play, Ant Thomas, and Bakari JB in the building now. What's happening, guys?
Yeah.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Champs
Good,
is here.
bro.
We start shouting
Exactly.
now. Champs is here.
Chance is here.
Bakari decided not to play.
Yeah.
He was sick of losing to me.
He had a winning record for a
Went out
while.
on top.
Hold on, I gotta get my shit right, my thing right real quick.
Oh, Chatham has a crown now.
The
Let's
birthday
go.
boy.
The birthday
Happy
champ.
birthday,
Happy
King.
birthday, Chatham the
Appreciate it.
SUN.
Top of the world.
Yo, can I put you on the spot?
Yeah, of course.
I always ask people on their birthday.
Oh, hey, you got the crown? Okay.
Where you been?
Welcome to the
game.
room. I always ask people on their birthday what the past year taught them. Was there a lesson that stuck out to you?
It was a big lesson because my whole life I looked forward to my 33rd birthday because Jesus died at 33, 33 vertebrae in your spine leading up to the mind. A third is 33.3 repeated perfectly, like all of this. So 33 has always been a very powerful number. So I had my 33rd, taught me a lot, taught me about, just the reality of things. So,
Okay.
yeah.
You feel like you have some clarity that you didn't have?
Yeah, like some relationships, friendships, this and that, and seeing, having the understanding, see things,
Could you
for
please?
what they are.
It's not me.
That's me. Sorry.
So yeah, it was great.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ant Thomas filming that.
Yeah, I had to put that. He was dropping some gems just now. Appreciate that, big dog.
Well, congrats. Congrats, Chatham, for
thank
sure.
you.
We're glad you're here.
Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday
Hey.
to you.
Hey.
Get it? Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy birthday
birthday.
to
Hey.
you. It's your
Hey.
birthday.
Hey, hey.
Oh, I was trying to
Yeah.
ad lib. I was trying to ad lib.
Happy birthday, champ.
Yeah,
So-
I was waiting for the beat to drop.
Oh, man, I should have had that for you.
Right.
Clapping is the beat.
So what we want to do today, besides celebrate, is want to give you all a chance to introduce yourselves, tell people what's up, what's going on, who you are, all that. So, Chatham, while we're talking to you, I know you've been performing. You just had a show Sunday night. You've been prepping some new music.
Yeah.
Heard a few records. I'm pretty excited for that.
Thank you.
You just did the world-famous 5th annual alumni cipher up here at LFOD Radio.
You said
Yes.
world famous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm showing people in China. That's
Yeah,
world famous.
exactly. We have international talent coming through here. And then finally, I thought this was important. When we talked, you said you had been looking for something like hoop hop, and then it came across your radar, and you're like, this is perfect. This is what
Yeah.
I wanted.
Yeah.
What was it like? Did it live up to it for you?
It was phenomenal. Like, so cool. Even before the games, just seeing like the kids grab the backpack and the smiles, and like that, like one little girl grabbed it and she like had the biggest smirk I've ever seen in my life, like running back. And yeah, it was just great event. Like, lived up to the hype completely. So I'd always kind of wanted to do something similar. I'm not the best organizer, and because of everything that goes into that.
Yeah.
But luckily somebody excels in that. So
Yeah, it's definitely a talent of Bakari's and
Yeah.
bringing people together like that.
But sure. Thank
I'm going to turn your mic off if you keep talking trash about yourself.
yeah, it was awesome though. Like, highly recommended to everybody, whether you're playing or go check it out. Like, really good event.
It's definitely a fun spectator event too.
Yeah.
It's not just for people that are playing. It's
Yeah,
a
you're
lot of fun in
watching
the stands.
your favorite rappers play ball. you know?
Yeah.
It's cool.
I mean, I didn't play, so
Right.
somebody's favorite rapper was.
Some of your favorite rappers were just standing around, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Some of them, just organize the whole tournament.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Give you your love,
It's
bro.
the little things.
Appreciate.
Amanda, you might need to take the mic from him.
Still
now.
didn't want to play though.
Nah.
He's like Larry
You
Bird.
didn't want to catch that
Watch from
L.
above.
Right.
Yeah, I saw he had the custom jersey though.
Yeah, yo. Good times.
So Bakari, while you have the microphone, how did it go for you? I mean, 6 years. What's that like?
You know what 6 years is like, bro. Like,
For the people at home.
Yeah, because we operating on the same timeline, so you know how it is. Like, every year takes on a new kind of wave of its own. But this year was kind of cool because we move over, Amanda.
She's got him like all the way over there.
We added a couple things. So we did like a 3-point contest. We did a dunk contest, which I won. No, I'm just,
Must have been outside for that.
I just wanted to see Anton's face.
Right. Like, why you just telling stories?
Nah, because I wanted to see. I wanted to see his face. And him particularly, he had the look of like, fam, no, absolutely not.
Messed
Or where
around and
was
caught
I?
a triple-double.
Right. So but we had a 3-point contest, so that was really cool. And it was just a nice way to actually make some funds for the YMCA, as well as like, nice little cash prize for somebody. Actually, Garrett Merck won that. So shout out to him. He won the tournament and won.
Teammate right there.
Did he win MVP?
Nah.
Young boy, Zion. Shout out to Zion.
Shout out to Zion.
But yeah, I thought that was kind of like one of the coolest parts was, and it, like obviously we had an NBA player in the house, so big shout out to Bruce Brown Jr., who rolled through from the Detroit Pistons. So he is Dorchester born and bred, the Roxbury, Dorchester area. So, and then the mayor's out there again. So it's just like the growth shows. So even though it can be difficult at times, I still think it's worth it for the community at large, and as long as people are enjoying it, then we'll find a way to make it work and make it build. Big shout out to LFOD and their contribution is huge.
Yeah, we had a blast. I had a lot of fun at it. We're definitely gonna be. We were manning. Taz and I had a little LFOD reunion. We were manning the red carpet, doing interviews, photos, all that. So we'll be getting those out. Yeah, you saw the photos.
Pictures,
everyone's laughing at all of them.
But even just the quality of like how like dope the pictures are. Like,
thank you.
And shout out to everybody that's a part of the event, the referees, the YMCA specifically, the Roxbury Y, Cachet and Catherine, and and then big shout out obviously to all the photographers on the night, videographers, DJs. Duffy's out here. LaWanda was out here. And then, Yemi, Brian, And then, just everybody else, lo-fi, hip-hop, thought. Yeah, I mean, everybody that contributed.
All the DJs.
I needed all of that. Yeah. I needed all of that, or else it can't happen. So, And then big shout out to all the people that signed up and participated. We had a lot of people that did not sign up, but that just actually opened up new opportunity and allowed me to incorporate youth even more in the tournament. So that was really cool in its own way. So don't be late with the signups, everybody. I know y'all are always like, well, I know him. I could just message him. And when I'm like, if you ain't sign up, I'm sorry, there's nothing I could do. You know what I mean? Then I'm the bad guy for a little bit. But
space is definitely limited going forward, man.
Absolutely.
It's an attraction. Mm-hmm. It's an event. Word. So congrats to you. I mean, we said, if you go back to the last episode, we said very nice things. It's on record.
All eyes.
We really no. It's really cool what you can pull together and who you can pull together and how. But we want to give him a little bit more shine. Speaking of that, and everyone knows about Bakari JB, but we don't know anything about Eddie Play.
What's good, bro?
What up?
This is what we need to learn about because
another chant.
And Amanda said we're going to do this on air, so we're going to do a little bit on air.
All right.
We were looking at the at @epureuncut on Instagram.
Yep.
On Twitter, it's all we had to go off.
What'd you find?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yes.
There's no evidence of any music or anything. And then you're playing bass on these tracks. You're a producer. You took us to church on that other one.
You said you sung the hook on the last track.
Yeah. So what's up,
good? What's your deal? For me, okay, not to be aggressive. However, what I will say is when I hear about somebody, like the first thing that I do is like go on every single platform I can possibly go on and like look somebody up. I want to see like what your image is. I want to see like what kind of feeling I get from you. I want to see what kind of music you're into. I want to see your aesthetic of your page. Like I'm really one of those people that like study people and like you are hard. It's like ghost mode.
She wants to be your fan.
I do. I'm trying to follow you, but I'm trying to get the story. So is like that deliberate? Like, is that intentional or?
Yes. In grams, you have to measure to find the treasure, right? So it's not going to be on the surface.
Did you just drop a Biggie line on me?
Yes, I do. I'm going to look you in the face. Yeah, I mean, it is deliberate. It's because I have this project that I'm like wrapping up. And so once I have that I'm working on the last track. Once I have that ready, then I'll have like a strictly artist page. But, the page that you see now are just glimpses of like who I am, what I'm involved with when I'm making music. I'll have like live stories. It's mostly like a copyright thing, to make sure that I have that protected before I put it out. A lot of people can get trigger happy with that, but for me, it's really personal. So I've seen a lot of careers get demolished because of that, but then it's also like, you also have to get your music out and put it out there so that people can appreciate it. So
you have something big coming.
Yeah. I'm working on an album right now called Outer Space. It's got 16 tracks.
Oh, that's a nice length.
Yeah, and it's basically... It parallels music from the 70s and how it's progressed to now soul music, R&B, hip-hop. It's like a blend of all these elements that have inspired me. And then, so I'm singing on it, rapping on it, play bass on a few tracks. But for me, I grew up playing a lot of instruments, but it was more about the musicianship and like the presentation rather than just being a rapper or the artistry rather than just like hitting one angle. So
damn, I wish I was getting that on my IG story. That was beautiful. And I appreciate the fact that you broke down even the fact that you said about copywriting, because that's something that a lot of artists like struggle with. I know for me, people are like, where can I find you? And I'm like, I don't have my stuff out because of that same reason. How can I, how can you avoid somebody else taking your stuff? You can't. So I respect that, because that takes a lot of patience, and it can be very like frustrating because you're like, I want to do this stuff and I want people to hear it, but you got to get that right first. So I appreciate you being so transparent with that.
Yeah. I mean, you see elements of it in music that's already been put out. I mean, they took 3 years to put together Thriller. Took 3 years they already had the music done for Bandana.
3, my guy 3 over here.
That's a lucky number,
3.
baby. So, it took 3 years to release Bandana too. So they had the music done, and they were just working on the marketing and getting the packaging right. So it's all about the presentation and the execution. So I definitely consider that when I'm putting this together.
Yeah, I feel like once you have something out, there's a pressure to keep the momentum going. So you might as well make sure before you launch it, everything's lined up. Yeah. So that's good. I'm glad you don't have stuff out, because I was going to say you're making it real hard. So I'm glad something's coming, and that's awesome. And now we know early.
Yeah. Even though, the Keeping the Faith joint, I did that 12 years ago. Yeah. So, but it still carries the same embodiment of the music that I want to present. So
that's what's up, man. Yeah. I'm looking forward to hearing this. And another key prep thing before you release an album. Yeah. I always recommend making clean versions.
Of course.
So the DJs can play it right away.
Exactly.
So, thank you. It's funny because we take notes. So we have all sorts of stuff, and then we have just Eddie play. And then nothing. So that's awesome, man. I'm glad I'm very excited for that. And I like what I've heard so far, too.
Word.
Thank you, and congrats on a chip.
Appreciate it.
And
what up, dog?
How many is this for you?
Number 4, brother.
Man.
Number 4.
Man.
They're
game planning around you.
They're going to have to call it the Aunt Thomas chip.
Yeah, the Aunt Thomas Memorial.
Name the trophy after me,
Aunt Thomas
bro.
Trophy.
Name the trophy after me, bro.
We got the.
Let's just call it the Ant.
He's gonna be in the Hoop Hop Hall of Fame.
Yo, that's something, bro.
The Hoop Hop
Jersey
Hall.
in the rafters.
I respect it.
Triple H, the Hoop Hop Hall.
I respect it. Yo, you don't even know. That's a drop for one of my next songs. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Let me know if you need the audio. We'll slide that.
You might have to slide down audio from that South dirty. I'm a legend. Up in my hood, they might hang my jersey.
Yes. Yo, Aunt Thomas gets the most out of hip hop, I think.
He does, man. It's so crazy, like, just watching this whole thing, like, develop. I think it's so fire for me, because I remember just the connection of people, man. Like, me and Aunt knew each other since, like, effectively, like, grade school almost. And then I remember seeing him again after we hadn't seen each other for a while with Chronic.
That's probably when I met him about.
Yeah, it was probably that's probably when, like, around the time that we met. So it's just like super dope to just kind of see just the evolution of everybody and just like the adults we've become. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I guess to tie it to hip hop, I think it's like really cool how. And I guess this is the part that I like the most about hip hop, is how inclusive it can be for people walking different paths, but that still are in the community. Because like, you got politicians that pop up there, you know what I mean? And it's like, cool, like, you're not necessarily balling.
There was a senator there.
Mm-hmm. So it's just like, yeah, like you get like all walks, you know what I mean? You got vendors, you got everything. So it's really just it's fire, because it's like all of us who have come up in whatever way that we came up and knew each other, and I meet new people every year, you know what I'm saying, at it. Like, I just think it's just really cool, because then like even you get involved in a way where it's like you were around for the first one, like you like literally helped me do a thing that made it able to work, and now it's like, yo, we can work LFOD in a way that's like, hey, you're like a part of what makes this whole thing flow.
Love it.
So this the whole movement itself is awesome, and just actually getting to watch people grow and knowing that cycle is going to continue. There's gonna be a 21-year-old kid that's, you know, linked up with a 38-year-old artist or whatever, and it's like, all right, cool, and there's gonna be some gem that's passed or something that they can, you know, use to fuel them. So
yeah, man, this is definitely gonna be going for a long time. Unfortunately, we don't have a long time left here, but
man, time flies.
Yeah.
Right.
For those of y'all that think we're doing Ant dirty here, Ant has been on frequently lately. If you want to learn more about what he's been up to, just scroll back a couple episodes, hit the Alumni Cypher. He's got new music coming.
Exactly.
He's been playing his new music. He's got new visuals out. Mm-hmm. It's about to be an Ant Thomas winter.
Hey,
all sorts of things. So here's where I'm putting Bakari on the spot, though.
All right, let's do it.
So I got a pair of tickets to give away to Duce Palooza, and I was going to give them to the MVP. Wow. But I found out the MVP is a child. So,
big facts.
Who do you want to give a pair of tickets to go to Duce Palooza? From the Mass Apparel team?
I think we should vote via social media.
Great engagement strategy.
Wow.
Love it.
Why you gotta say it?
Fire.
I like that.
Yes,
So,
vote via social media.
Who do the fans think deserves the tickets?
The fans?
The Mass Apparel Hoop Hop fans.
No, I think you should just put it out there to socials. And I think personally, I think two things. One, if I'm casting my vote, I mean, it's Chatham's birthday, so I'm gonna probably cast my vote for Chatham just because it's
What
his
about
birthday.
in-game performance?
Damn.
Hey,
That's
you
a
got that too.
exclusive.
Defense doesn't get a lot of stats.
Yeah,
bro,
like, what you
but-
trying to say? Like,
He's got the wingspan. I saw.
Right,
No.
exactly.
Happy birthday for sure. We're
Thank
gonna
you.
do something for Chatham as well. But
Okay, well, I mean, honestly, that's where I'm saying we could post this on the Hoop Hop page, we could post this on the LFOD page, and just let the people decide. But I think it should be out of the 3 people that actually came up to the LFOD. That's personally what
Word.
I think, and let them decide.
word.
That's
All right.
Well,
Shout out to
that's
y'all.
Fair. I think
You know
that's
what I'm
fair.
Are we getting?
How many tickets are there?
Well, I have
2, right?
4 pairs to give away, but we're gonna give a pair to one of the winners of Hoop Hop,
Okay.
and the rest of them.
When is it?
If
What's the
y'all
date?
next Friday. It's Fabulous, Static Selecta, Where's Nasty, Super Smash Brothers.
Next Friday have a date? This Friday? or-
September 6th.
Okay.
Next week.
We'll talk off air about that
yeah,
part.
yeah.
People are like
Right,
going through
right,
their calendars.
right.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah, I'm
so
available. Vote for me.
If you wanna win those too, we're gonna be giving away a few more pairs. So at LFOD Radio and everything _ on Twitter. Stay tuned. We got more tickets coming as well, but we're gonna start with Duce Palooza. Yo, thank y'all for coming out. Shout out to the rest of the squad on
LFOD.
Mass Apparel as well, though. So in addition to Ant Thomas, Eddie Play, Chatham the Sun, there was also Merk, Boss City, Nancia, Jay Hunt, Frank Vocals. I know Nancy just had her album release party. Jay Hunt gets busy as a photographer, videographer, etc. Frank Vocals, R&B. Singer, Boss City's got a new record out called Steph Curry. Merk is prepping for a new album. He's got a listening party this weekend. And lots happening on Team Mass Apparel. So
Shout out to Lotus, who ran up and was like, "Yo, which one is Merk?" And then was like, "Yo, bro, you make such dope music." But he had no idea what he looked like, so he was literally, like running up to me, like, "Oh, who is he?" I'm like, the dude with Merk on his jersey. But but that's the type of environment the Hoop Hop fosters. You can find an artist that you didn't even know what they look like, but you've been listening to their music maybe and you like them. So kind of dope.
Get to meet him in real life.
Right, kind of fire.
yeah, I love the connections, man. There's, like you said, so many people that normally wouldn't get a chance to interact, and they got to just ball together and not. I mean,
Have to be an artist.
it wasn't like in a nightclub at
Right.
2 a.m.
Right.
yelling at each other over a speaker, bro. Or whatever. So we're gonna get out of here though. Thank y'all. And this will be up on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, everywhere, iHeartRadio, et cetera, tomorrow. Shout out to y'all. Thank you.
Yay.
And LFOD.
Yo.
Congrats, Hoop Hop. You guys
Peace
got
and
to
love.
defend the chip, though, next year.
Mass
Hold on to that.
Apparel.
Mass
Shout out to
Apparel.
Mass Apparel.
Shout out
For
to Nick,
sure.
man.